When people search for dark night of the soul or Kundalini crisis, they're usually not being poetic. They're trying to put words to a season of life that feels unbearable. Emptiness, confusion, emotional pain, spiritual doubt, strange body sensations, or the feeling that everything that used to make sense has been taken away. These two phrases describe intense inner passages, and they can overlap, but they're not exactly the same. Understanding the difference won't remove the pain, but it can help you respond with a little more clarity and kindness to yourself. Dark night of the soul usually describes a deep spiritual emptiness. Things that once gave you comfort, prayer, meditation, devotion, rituals, even spiritual beliefs themselves, seem to stop working. You may still believe in something greater, or you may feel like all sense of God, universe, or meaning has vanished. There can be a strange, quiet pain. You go through your day, but inside it feels dry, disconnected, or abandoned. You might think, I can't feel anything real anymore, or where did the presence go? It's not just sadness, it's almost like someone turned off the inner light. A Kundalini crisis, on the other hand, is usually more about energy and nervous system overload. Kundalini rising is often described as a powerful life force waking up in the body. When it moves too fast, without enough grounding, or in a body-mind that is already stressed, it can feel like a crisis. Intense heat or cold, buzzing, pressure in the head or spine, insomnia, spontaneous body movements, rushes of fear or euphoria, racing thoughts, sensitivities to light and sound, and emotional storms that hit without warning. You may feel like your system is overcharged and you can't switch it off. Of course, life doesn't always neatly separate these experiences. A dark night of the soul can trigger a Kundalini crisis, and a Kundalini crisis can push you into a dark night. Imagine someone who has been very devoted spiritually, then suddenly enters a phase where they feel cut off from all spiritual comfort. That emptiness can create intense questioning, grief, and vulnerability. In that open, raw state, if Kundalini begins to move powerfully, it can amplify everything. Emotions, fears, trauma, physical sensations. Now, they're not only spiritually empty, but also energetically overwhelmed. There are, however, some useful differences in focus. In a dark night of the soul, the core pain is often about meaning, faith, and relationship with the divine, or life itself. The outer life might look normal, but inside there is this quiet ache. Where are you? Why is everything so silent? You may feel spiritually abandoned, yet at the same time something in you is being stripped of illusions, false images, and ego-based spirituality. It's as if life is saying, what if you could love truth more than comfort? The transformation is more about the heart and the sense of identity. In a Kundalini crisis, the central struggle is often about regulation and capacity. The system is flooded. There may be flashes of insight, visions, strange dreams, amplified intuition, but also panic, body symptoms, and fear of losing control. Here the question is less where is God and more, how do I survive this intensity without breaking? The transformation is about widening your capacity to hold energy, emotions, and awareness in a grounded way, and sometimes about healing old trauma stored in the body. Because of this, the support they need can look a little different. In a dark night of the soul, the medicine is often very simple and quiet. Honest prayer even if you don't feel anything. Small acts of kindness. Accepting that you can't force mystical experiences. Learning to sit in spiritual poverty without running to distractions or fake positivity. It's like learning to walk in the dark, trusting that the path exists even when you can't see it. In a Kundalini crisis, the medicine is usually more embodied and practical. Grounding practices, nervous system regulation, gentle movement, safe relationships, stabilizing your daily rhythm, possibly trauma-informed therapy. Talking about chakras and symbolism can have value, but if your body is shaking and you haven't slept well in days, the priority is to help your system feel safe enough again. That might mean less intense practices, not more. Fewer stimulants, quieter spaces, and slowly building your capacity. Both states can be mistaken for mental health issues, and sometimes they coexist with them. That's why it's wise and humble to involve professional support if you feel overwhelmed. Spiritual language should never be used to ignore red flags like severe depression, self-harm thoughts, psychosis, or total inability to function. Getting help doesn't cancel your spiritual journey, it can protect it. If this helped you feel a little less alone, take one slow breath, be kind to yourself like this video, share it with loved ones.